Potties Podcast, WATP.
This is Welcome to My Vagina, hosted by Jesse Karen and Rebecca Frank. And the description is, Welcome to My Vagina, hosted by Jesse Karen and Rebecca Frank, is about sexuality, gender rights, and sex education, destroying the taboo of sex and shutting down misogyny via the black hole of the vagina. A laugh till you queef adventure in sex education, made on the spot, but probably definitely researched. And maybe we should start there with the introduction to the show.
Please.
Welcome to My Vagina. I'm Jesse Karen.
And this is Rebecca Frank, and here we are again having our current hysterical, and infuriating conversation about our lives as vagina-having organisms.
All content made up on the spot, but probably researched. Just kidding, fools. It's definitely researched.
Welcome to my vagina.
Now, what you just heard, all of that, is used for every episode.
Correct.
So that wasn't them just potting up the microphones and going, hey, let's out, we're laughing, we're having fun. No, they use that specifically for every episode.
Yeah. And the most charming part was the at the end.
Yep, that part I understood. Now, whenever there's a show about vaginas, I'm always thinking, this might get hot. You know, I grab the lube, I grab some towels. I'm like, all right, let's just see where we're going with this. I don't know what kind of angle they're
You were
gonna take.
prepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared for anything.
Jenny gets her rain jacket on.
Yep, exactly. And so, well, let's just say I didn't need a lot of those supplies for this one.
I feel like, as an adult, like, there's still, like, a lot of really weird things that happen when I have my period. So yesterday I pulled my period was super, super heavy, and I pulled my tampon out and like went to grab a toilet paper to like wrap it in, because you can't flush down the toilet because you'll clog up the drains, people. Like a big glob fell on my leg and I had my hair down. Okay. And I was holding the tampon and I was wearing a dress. Oh girl. So there I am trying to hold my hair out of the way so it doesn't get in the glob, holding my dress up so it doesn't get in the glob, and trying not to drop the tampon on the floor, all while trying to reach out for toilet paper. It was such a fucking fiasco.
All right, my favorite part about that, it's not that I haven't heard this before, but I was so looking forward to watching producer Chris's face as he heard that clip. I just knew he was not going to be happy with that one. Thought that'd be a good place to start. Now, that was Rebecca. Our friend Jesse, of course, is a one-upper. So if we're going to get into period talk right out of the gate here, I got something for you.
Like, I got a sneak attack the other day. I don't bleed through that much. I mean, it happens, obviously, but, like, the other day I put my Diva cup in, and within, like, I went to, I'm watching dogs, and so doing the pass off, I, like, sat down for a second, and it was only an hour and a half into me putting my Diva cup in, and I was like, oh my God. And she's like, what? And I was like, I just bled through my fucking jumper.
Oh no.
No, that sounds like a bad day right there, but it actually gets worse when you find out this.
Yeah, and I rented that fucking jumper. Now I have to send it back.
Oh no.
It was like a splurge too. Like, it wasn't like a drip, you know, from my Diva cup. It was like...
If you have a splurge of your Diva cup, you just bought that jumper. There's no returning it. That's not a rental anymore.
Yeah, and the sick thing is she's going to try, though.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, my God. You know, like, I find them to be so insufferable. I listened to an episode that was dedicated to one topic, Carl. Can I throw you how they opened up the episode that I listened to?
Yes, please.
That'd be my clip number 2.
I listened to this one, too. I could tell just by the names of your clips here.
Okay.
Today on this release is Tuesday, June 23rd. And what day is that, Jesse?
It's the day to vote. It's the day that you should vote. You should please vote. Please vote.
Please vote. This is in New York, Democratic primaries.
Yes.
The most useless of all the things to vote in.
The Democratic
You got to
primary.
start your, like, I don't know anything about these women. I'm listening to this show for the first time. I'm waiting for my hot vagina talk.
No, you got to wait.
And I got to vote in the Democratic primaries?
Well, there's a reason why. So this show ended in 2020. And these episodes we're listening to were in the summer of 2020. We're in the middle of lockdowns and the pandemic. And so they explain, if you're in New York, you got to get out there and vote. And there's a very specific reason why.
More people talking about the extension of our unemployment benefits after July 31st. Not that these people will actually do that, but whatever.
I need that. We need that.
We need it. It's like all I can think about.
Yeah, I'm not going back to work anytime soon. I can't.
Wow, shocking. These two go-getters don't want to work? They just want unemployment? You don't say.
Just splooging all over other people's clothes.
Yeah.
Refuse to work.
Just taking and taking, never giving back.
Jesus.
So apparently, these two want to vote for free money for themselves, and that's why it's so important that you get out and vote. So now you understand, Vinny, why that was the thing they led with on that episode.
That's equally gross as the other stuff.
Correct. I would agree with you on that. Do you want to talk about the exciting thing that happened on TikTok? Did you get to that part?
Oh, please, would you hit mine, though? Because
yes, of course.
Kids these days.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nuts. Oh, wait, real quick. Can we talk about the TikTok thing with the kids?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You see, the kids, they listen to the rap music, which gives them the brain damage with their hipping and the hopping and the bipping and the bopping, so they don't know what the jazz is all about, you see?
That was good.
What the fuck is this? What are you talking about TikTok? I still don't understand what they were talking about.
Oh, so I got the reveal.
Okay.
Because they're going, can you believe what happened on TikTok? I can't believe they were able to organize this and pull this all off. And this is from 3 years ago now. So I'm going, oh, I don't remember what this is. So please explain this to me, ladies.
That was insane. That was so fucking smart and clever and like the best type of like protesting that I've seen.
It's like the biggest troll on Donald Trump.
So good.
I can't. It's going to bring me joy, I think, probably for the rest of my life. And what's so great is that we're having a lot of younger people run for, Congress, state Senate, all these different local offices also. And they all know how to use the internet.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is going to be amazing.
Yeah. That honestly showed how powerful social media can be used the right way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome.
So that's it. That was the reveal. I'm like, what? What happened? What are you talking about?
I still don't understand.
I will tell you because I had to look this up. Because I'm like, Jesus, I got blue balls from this. They're so excited about this thing that happened. They're going to be smiling about it for the rest of their lives. This thing that happened where they trolled Trump. So I'm like, okay, what was this thing that happened? It turns out that a bunch of people on social media, these young people who know how to use the internet, what they did is they went and reserved tickets for a rally in Tulsa that they were never planning on attending. And because of that, according to TikTok, there was only 6,200 people who showed up for a Trump rally at a thing in the middle of the pandemic at an arena. 6,200 people showed up. And the Trump campaign said, yeah, we don't care. It's first come, first serve. We didn't care who ordered tickets. They don't sell tickets for this type of thing.
And if you think about it, most of the people who are going to go to that are off the grid anyway. You think they're jumping on the fucking internet?
Oh, do you think they're seeing TikTok and be like, I guess it's sold out? Yeah, damn. That sucks. I guess I'm not going to go to that. But that was like such a lame thing. I was like, that's what you guys are all excited about? You want future congressmen to be trolls on TikTok? That's what you're excited about? Okay, cool. That's a fun world to live in. Why not? Can we get to the actual topic of this episode now that we've gotten through that?
Well, Carl.
When are they going to get to the fireworks factory?
Good point, Millhouse.
Well, Carl, could you hit my number 5?
I sure can.
Thanks.
I bet it's the same as my number 5.
It might be.
Do you want to start with Vajazzling?
Yeah, I've got actually a lot about Vejazzling.
Okay, cool. Well, before you bring up Vajazzling, can I just talk to you about how there is also Pajazzling?
Yes, please.
Well, do you want to talk about what Vajazzling is, and then I'll follow it up with Pajazzling?
God.
Okay.
That's what this whole show is. It's just goes nowhere.
Vinny, do you want to play a clip and then I'll play a clip? But hold on, let me play the clip first, but then you can play the clip. But then do you want to play your other clip before I play my clip and then you can play your clip? How do you want to do this?
I'm pretty sure that Cardiff does that to me to troll me on subreddit surfing. Because I'll say, and now we're going to get this next clip. He goes, actually, before we do that, we're doing this. And every time I want to punch the screen. Every fucking time.
And I see that you might have this clip too. I wanted to play this. So before they get into the Vajazzling.
Today we're going to talk about Vajazzling. No, well, kind of. We're going to talk about how to like dress up your vagina, essentially designer vaginas.
I'm mostly going to talk about Vajazzling.
I think the one woman got shushed there. Did you pick up on that?
Yes.
She hit the music bed.
Yes, 100%.
And the one woman tried to get a word in twice. Listen to that again. I think I hear shh.
I'm mostly going to talk about Vajazzling.
Yes.
That's funny. That's funny. I should do that to you.
Dude,
more
and
often. Shh. It works. Holy shit.
No, it didn't. I wanted to stop talking. I wanted to stop talking. It didn't work. Fuck you.
I love it.
What was so weird is the music bed was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
And it was unnecessarily long to like get a whole verse of a dumb song in about sparkly vaginas.
Yeah. Wow.
Which you would think would be a cool song.
You would think
but it
so.
isn't.
Yeah.
But it's not, guys. I'm trying to tell you.
All right. You want to get more into I feel like our listeners want to know more about this vajazzling.
Sure, if you hit my number 6, we'll tell you all about what it is.
What is a vajazzle? Vajazzling is...
What is it?
What is a vajazzle? Just one singular vajazzle.
Just one singular vajazzle. Every little step it takes.
Vajazzling is decorating your vulva with rhinestones.
I'll never say this again. Let Rebecca talk. Shut the fuck up. She's kept interrupting her with nonsense. What are you doing?
Not the take I thought we'd ever get out of you, but yeah.
I know. I'm just like, Jesus.
Now that you mention it,
Let
yes.
someone say something. You guys want to see what Jesse looks like? I found.
Oh, God. I did not look up the pictures of them, so yes.
Well, no, what I found
Okay.
is a YouTube video where she was a guest on Saturday Morning Live, is the name of this show.
Oh.
Can you guess which one?
Oh,
is
your
Jesse?
couch is getting ruined.
Can you guess which one she is?
Yes, I can.
It's like a little,
Now check out the production of this. So they're starting the show sitting on the couch. They're playing their intro music. They're admiring each other's clothes. Now they're back to dancing while sitting down. Very natural.
And I'm stopping the own music.
Oh, thank you, band.
Thank you, band. Thank you, band, and thank you to our producers.
What is it with adults acting like children on the internet? Do they think it's endearing? Are they having too much fun to be embarrassed? This guy just grabbed his phone to turn on the music, and they're like, thank you, band. We have a live band here. Right, everyone? Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to pay attention, but all I could sit here and think is, why didn't they put a towel under her before she sat on that couch? That's all I can think about.
I have a feeling this was recorded before she told that story, because I'd be like, whoa, you're sitting down now? All right, hey, Jack, can you just follow her around the house, please?
I don't, like, let me tell you something. If you were to play that clip for this dude sitting next to her, he would have a worse reaction than Chris.
Oh, I imagine he would. He hates vaginas to begin with.
Yeah.
So he's really going to hate that time of month.
All right.
Some of us could push through, not that guy. There's no way he's going to be down with that.
Carl, my clip number 7 is so much unfunny here.
You have to like remove your pubic hair or whatever first, because otherwise the adhesive won't stick properly. You also have to plan ahead, because you really shouldn't vajazzle less than 24 hours after hair removal. So word to the wise, if you plan to vajazzle, just make sure that you schedule your wax and your vajazzle a day apart.
Don't drink and drive. Don't vajazzle and wax.
Stop saying that fucking word.
They thought that was hysterical.
Of course they did. Now, I have to say, though, at least finally we got some real information on here.
Yep.
Get rid of those pubes. It's like, okay, we're finally teaching people something. That's good. We're
I
off
don't
to a
care
start
how
here.
you get the message out there, ladies.
Right.
But, Carl, it's time to talk to the fellas.
Okay.
They teased it earlier. I think we need to find out what a P-dazzle is.
Oh, right. Yes. What is that?
So what's a pajazzle?
Oh, man. A pajazzle is the male version of vajazzling. So it's basically a beauty treatment where you get your privates waxed and the hair is replaced by sparkly things just on your penis.
But is it actually on your penis, though?
No?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
I'm guessing not.
Is there ain't no fact check in there? Because
Yeah, I think so. So I have a clip that I think came up right after that.
Sure.
And you'll be shocked to learn that Jesse, who we just saw in that YouTube video, hasn't gotten laid in a while.
Sure. I mean, listen, I haven't had sex in a really long time, and if I had a penis right now, I might be like, well, fuck it. I'm quarantined. I'm single.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make my dick look like a penis, or I'll make my penis look like
I
a
say
disco
that every
ball.
day.
A dicko ball.
A dicko ball. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's retarded.
That is.
how do they miss the simplest of jokes there? They just walked right over it.
it doesn't even fucking make sense. She's like, well, I don't get laid. So if I was a guy, what I would do is I would put a bunch of bullshit all over my cock and balls.
Carl, they said dicko ball.
Yeah.
Dicko balls.
Yeah.
How about disco balls, honey?
Disco balls.
Disco balls is the joke.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
That would make more sense. Well, I guess they're not professional comics like you are, Vinny
Retired.
Paulino.
Retired.
Retired comedian Vinny Paulino. All right. So what else can you vajazzle? It can't just be your vagina, right?
So I learned by reading The Mirror that even though she popularized the vajazzle on television, she'd never actually been vajazzled herself until 2011 when she got vajazzled for The Mirror, but she also got like boob vajazzled.
Okay.
So like she basically was it was like almost like body.
Isn't that just boob dazzle?
Boob dazzle? Boob
bedazzling.
tit
It's still just
dazzled?
bedazzling.
No, I don't know. There's so many possibilities.
I don't like this dazzle
It's gonna
verse.
come to me.
I know it will.
You people are idiots.
She got her boobs
Dazzle first.
vajazzled. The fuck stupid are these people?
Oh,
Very.
I hate them so much, Carl.
All right. This is the favorite thing that she learned while doing this research. Now, we played that intro. She says, you know, maybe we just make this stuff up, but we don't. We research it. That's always fun. When you're talking about vaginas, you have to go through history books and textbooks to figure it out.
Sure.
This is the favorite thing that she learned.
So this is actually my favorite thing that I learned. This woman, Frances Goodman, she did an entire show in 2012 called the Vejazzling series. She's based in South Africa, and she would vajazzle strangers with these really super, super intricate designs, and then she would photograph them. So when she was asked, so she was emailing with this woman from The Cut, and when she was asked why she was interested in doing the series around vajazzling, she said, what fascinated me about vajazzling was the process of revealing your pubic area in order to then conceal it again. But the vajazzles, which are sold as a dating tool, are made up of stones and reminded me of armor. I thought of how getting ready for a date is like getting ready for battle. A blinged up vulva is just the latest weaponry we're sold.
That's fascinating. Please go on.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. First off, the idea that you're putting jewelry on something is not armor. It's drawing more attention to it.
Correct.
You want people to look at it, is what that is. And I also don't understand why in dating you have to have a shield in order to go on a date now.
You need, well, it's 2023, Carl.
Okay.
We've been out of the dating pool for a while, my friend.
Good point.
So I don't know what kind of warfare is happening. I don't know if you need to bring a morning star
Good point.
to dinner. I don't know what the fuck you need anymore.
So this is Jesse's reaction to what we just heard was the favorite thing that she learned.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
She thought that was fucking amazing.
I hate her.
And that leads into this.
And she said that she had originally proposed her project as a critique of the media and the complicity of women as targets. But through Vejazzling, she vajazzled 15 different women over 6 weeks. She found that her project had been kind of complicated by the women. So this was her quote: "They'd internalized my project, appropriated it, and loaded it with their own issues and histories. Whilst their personal celebration and empowerment reinforced the problematic relationships women have with their bodies, it was still a celebration, and they still felt empowered, regardless of what I had to say about it."
So in other words,
Women can't get along ever.
she was trying to help out dingy broads, but these dingy broads were too diggy to understand what she was trying to do. She's like, I'm trying to help these stupid idiots, but they're all too stupid. She can co-author a book with Dick Mastersons. Like, yes, you got it. They're fucking idiots. Good point.
Carl, I was just going, could you all do... I can't even believe that she's reading this.
I know.
Why is this the research that you did?
Because these dingy broads also don't understand that she's pointing out the fact that these idiots are all idiots. They're not understanding this at all.
Oh, I really hated this podcast for a lot of reasons, but it was short, so that was great.
That was helpful.
That was very helpful,
Yep.
this. Carl, my number 10 is a fun fact I learned about Vajazzling.
Here's some stuff about vajazzling that you may or may not know. So the person who popularized the vajazzle here in the United States was the one and only Jennifer Love Hewitt of I Know What You Did Last Summer fame. She was in that, right?
What are you waiting for?
She wrote
Vajazzle!
Vajazzling!
I'd rather talk about her boobs, but all right, we can talk about her
I'm just going to say this. I learned something because I Googled Jennifer Love Hewitt's vagina, ad nauseum, Carl, all the time. I'm
too.
Googling it.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything about Vajazzling. So I
so
guess
they
I
just
learned
made that-
something.
They just made that up. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Okay.
But there's this other thing that I noticed in here that there's like this fetishization of womanhood in here that is kind of weird to me.
Yes.
And they start talking about Cleopatra for some reason. Would you hit my Cleopatra clip?
Who the fuck probably didn't try to put gems on their vagina at some point in the past?
Yeah. And you know that
So-
bitch Vajazzled. Cleopatra did all that shit.
Of course, Cleopatra Vajazzled. She probably dazzled all of it.
I bet she did.
Remember that chapter from Anne Frank's book where she's just dressing up her vagina and showing it off to everyone?
Yeah.
I think it's when they got caught.
Can I just make this point? I bet you that Cleopatra's vagina was not bedazzled.
Yeah, I would imagine it wasn't.
I bet you.
Right.
I mean, like, why do they fetishize this old Egyptian woman's vagina?
I don't know. Apparently she was a boss.
Her vagina smelled like the fucking Nile.
Oh, God. I can't even imagine.
You would rather smell my breath than Cleopatra's fucking vagina.
I'd rather wake up next to Stuttering John after a bender than smell what her vagina must
Oh, I
have
bet it
reeked
was
like.
glorious.
Oof.
I bet rainbows
much would you pay
came
for that?
out.
Yeah. Holy shit. So bad. All right. So because these are women, they do find a way to ruin everything. Even something as fun as dressing up your vagina and making it prettier.
In our community, lesbians are being targeted and collectively raped by men who feel threatened. The rape doesn't end the ordeal. These lesbians are brutally beaten, scarred, and often murdered after their corrective rapes. This is my protest against the ritual. Just because this part of the body can be violated doesn't mean it is also defeminized. And I found that just so interesting because here we are talking about like crystals as just like a fun thing that Jennifer Love Hewitt wrote about and popularized, and now it gets into this like super like political statement of empowerment.
All right, well, the fun is ended. Thank you very much for that.
I
Appreciate
disagree.
it. Oh.
They did talk about one other fun thing.
Oh, okay.
The kind of things you could get if you were going to Vajazzle.
Okay, good.
Number 12, Carl.
You can get lightning bolts, stars, hearts, maybe a dinosaur.
Wow.
That sounds fantastic.
But apparently they have to be simple shapes, so I don't know if I could get a dinosaur, but whatever.
Well,
you can
maybe like a very basic Stegosaurus.
I was thinking a T-Rex. I feel like that's pretty simple. Like a cartoon one?
Yeah, maybe. I just was see a Stegosaurus I was thinking about because it's basically like a triangle with like two little things
Have
and
you
some
ever
legs.
seen a dinosaur, either of you?
Holy shit.
You ever seen a picture of a dinosaur, either of you? I'm just curious.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, they're so stupid.
Yeah, they really are dumb, aren't they?
So, weird thing that happened. Right after that, I got a really oddly placed ad in the middle of the Vagina podcast,
no.
Carl. So, I want you to play that for me, would you?
This episode is brought to you by Pepsi. By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because the Buffalo Bills game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bills watching. Better with Pepsi.
They're paid for ads in the Vagina show.
They're hitting the right demographic, though, right there. Obviously, people are listening to period talk and Vajazzling.
If you like destroying your couch cushions,
Yeah, why not do it while drinking a Pepsi Zero? Now, I'm glad that you played that because,
Thanks.
Vinny, as you know, we like to watch the Bills games here in my house. And I'm sure that all of us will be getting together, all of us friends, and cracking open some Pepsis and just drinking lots of Pepsi and watching football. That's what guys do.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, Carl? And by the way, what the fuck is that abomination in your fridge upstairs?
Yeah, you like that?
No, fuck you.
There's a sour craft beer I have from K2
Oh,
called Squish the
do
Fish.
you have a sour craft beer, Carl?
I wasn't going to bring it up. You brought it up.
Tell me about your craft beer, Carl.
God damn it. I hate that you're besties with Stuttering John now. It's really fucked up our relationship, Vinny.
yeah, you guys used to get along.
Anyway, I have a sour beer called Squish the Fish, which tastes like Swedish fish, which is amazing.
Yeah, Swedish fish are awesome, and I cannot believe that they're being fucking dishonored this way.
I know what you were
I don't
thinking.
like it.
I know what you were thinking when you saw that. They're mammals!
Every time. Every fucking
Dolphins are
time.
mammals!
Makes me wonder what they teach in the schools in Buffalo.
Okay, so I was playing from a different episode, them talking about their periods and their fun period talk and they're one-upping each other. And then they have to transition from all of that fun into the topic at hand for this episode.
So what are we talking about today, Rebecca?
So today we are going to play an interview that we recorded before the lockdown with Annie, who reached out to us via email to tell us her story of being sexually assaulted and like the aftermath.
Jesus Christ. All right, enough fun. Here comes a rape victim.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
You just let any rape victim with a story on your show, do you?
They do. But before they do that, and this is for all you listeners at WATP as well.
Trigger warning for anybody who is at this time doesn't feel comfortable listening to this content, or who just isn't ready or whatever. Feel free to skip over if it will trigger you in some way.
Yeah.
So
you can play that in front of any episode of WATP. It doesn't explain what the warning's for, but it very accurately details that you might want to skip over it.
You may feel some feelings.
Yes, it might not be great.
Whenever I hear something like that, I'm just like, let her rip.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, why don't I do this? I got a couple clips of the rape victim and her story, and I want to end on a fun note. So I think you have a few more clips left, right?
Well, here's the deal.
Uh-oh.
The episode that I listened to, the Vejazzling one, they start playing those commercials that popped up. Then all of a sudden, the show goes into a completely different direction that I just did not understand, Carl. Can you get my number 14 for me?
I was trying to say that we would hit your clips after I hit mine. But
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
I misheard
We can do that.
All right, do you want to do alpaca facts?
Yeah, we're going to talk about alpacas because we thought that it'd be cool to talk about something chill. So they were originally domesticated by the Incas more than 6,000 years ago.
Well, I'm all for different segments of a show. I think that's a good thing to do. But where the fuck did that come from?
Well, I think it just goes to show these girls really love hairy, stinky shit.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
I just don't know. That was my last clip that I wanted to play.
All right.
It was very weird. The last 12 minutes of the show, of a 30-minute show, were alpaca facts.
Yeah, that was really funny. So, Carl, you were about to bum us out?
Okay, yeah. So this woman's got a story about being at the campus at UC Davis. And no, we have a show, Vinny and I, Mondays at 1 p.m., called The Creep Off.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things we like to do on The Creep Off is a little thing I like to call victim blaming. Let's listen to this woman's story. Let's see whose fault it was.
And so I went out with my friends to get some drinks, and I ended up getting my wallet and my phone stolen. So then I went outside of the bar that I was at, and I think I was sitting on the sidewalk or on a bench, I can't remember, but I was crying, and this group of people came up to me. It was a woman and 3 men, and they asked me what was wrong, and I told them that my phone was stolen and my wallet was stolen, and I was just crying like a broken record. Like, they stole my wallet, they stole my phone. And then they calmed me down, and they told me that they were going to take me home. So, I mean, at that point, I was drunk, I was exhausted, I was crying, like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to walk home in the dark by myself.
Hold on a second. Where did your friends go? You went out with your friends. You got rip-roaring drunk to the point where you lost your phone, you lost your wallet, your money.
$50 says her friends are standing in front of another bar going, where did she go? Holding her purse and her
Correct.
phone.
Yes, I almost guarantee it. Because this tale that she's telling, this is her point of view. She's like, I was outside crying. I didn't even know what happened the last couple hours of that night. I just got destroyed at a bar. It's like, well, okay, so far, there's a lot of things you're doing wrong in this scenario. I'm just going to point that out. I don't think anyone should ever be sexually assaulted or raped. I think that's horrible. But there's things you can do to protect yourself and not put yourself in a situation where something like that could happen to you. She goes on.
I mean, I was really intoxicated during all of this, so all of it was kind of patchy. I don't remember the car ride over to my house, and I don't remember how we even got in.
So basically what happens after this, and I obviously don't condone this behavior, this guy lays down in her bed with her, starts making out with her, and then they have sex. And I guess she was too drunk to even know what was going on. It's basically what she said. Because it's not like
Tale as old as time.
It's not like she was saying don't do it. I mean, you shouldn't sleep with a girl who's blackout drunk, obviously. And so, yes, that's rape and a sexual assault for sure. But so then she gets up the next day and she's like, oh, that sucked. I'm going to call the police. And she gets the police involved. And this is just, I would call this bad police work.
The detective took my cell phone for half a day, and he tried to bait the perpetrator by saying that I was late for my period so that he would admit that something had happened.
Right.
Now, think about this. This guy grabs her phone and starts texting this guy. So she knows this guy. She knows who it is. And so the detective's texting him as her, hey, I'm late. Do you think the first thing he's going to be like, I'm the father? Yeah, that's the worst thing you can say.
I've always wanted to be a dad. Huzzah!
What you should text him is, when are we going to bang again? Because then you're going to get a response.
Yes.
And you're going to be like, yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it?
Right.
Gotcha, motherfucker. Gotcha. Instead, it's just like, hey, by the way, I think I'm pregnant. Like, not my
He
kid.
texts you're under arrest.
I love it. You're absolutely right. It is the wrong date. The absolute wrong
All right,
date.
so let's hear the rest of this story.
Right.
He didn't answer, and the detective gave me back my cell phone. And then, of course, as soon as I get my cell phone back, it starts blowing up with this guy, like, asking me what's going on and calling me, and I'm at work.
Yeah.
And I just turned off my phone because I freaked out.
Right.
So she goes on to say that this guy came over to her house. He was trying to get in contact with her. Basically, what I'm hearing from this, and I could be completely off base.
Stapled a check for $200 to the front door.
This guy thinks they're dating. And that's my takeaway from this, because he's like showing up and she's like, I'm so afraid he showed up to my house. She's like, well, yeah, you slept with him last night. He thinks
She seemed to like everything I was doing.
yeah, right, exactly. She was moaning a lot. Yeah, but she puked at the end. But other than that,
Do you know
seemed
what
like everyone had a good
great time this guy's lawyer is going to have in court with this story?
Oh yeah, he got out off Scott. Even though she got a rape kit, she did all the things you're supposed to do. He was never convicted of anything, or never even what do you call it? Charged with anything.
Not even arrested, huh?
No, not even arrested. Even though they knew who it was, because everyone's just like, all right, so you brought this guy back to your house, and you guys went to bed together. It's just like, all right, I don't know what to tell you.
What do you think the cops said? Like they go, well, he came back, he contacted you, he tried to do the right thing.
Right.
He tried to do the right thing, honey. Let's let this one go.
So anyway, I'm not trying to make light of this. I'm sorry we're ending this segment on a down note like this, but what a fucking dumb cop move that is.
That
trying
is
to
bizarre.
get him to respond to that. I mean, it might be worse to just be like, we should get married. You know, that would be the only thing worse than that. That was so great last night. Let's live together forever. Like, Jesus Christ.
He shows up in his house like, I'm going to marry you, ties her up, puts a bag over her head. Off to Vegas in a whirlwind romance.
I had a great time last night. Did I tell you I'm clingy? Why aren't you responding to my texts? What's going on? What happened?
Who are these podcasts?